Shandi Prananamari Lokare Duramati Adi Patita Pashandi Prananamari Lokare Harinamatiya Hridaya Shodilo Harinamatiya Hridaya Shodilo Jachigiya Kare Gare Jachigiya Gare Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Bhava Virinchira Vanchito Jai Prema Jagate Felilo Tali Bhava Virinchira Vanchito Jai Prema Jagate Felilo Tali Kangale Paya Kailo Nachia Kangale Paya Kailo Nachia Kangale Paya Kailo Nachia Kangale Paya Kailo Nachia Bajaya Karotale Bajaya Karotale Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Asya Kandiya Preme Gada Gadi Pulake Vyapilanga Asya Kandiya Preme Gada Gadi Pulake Vyapilanga Chandale Brahmane Kari Kola Kuli Chandale Brahmane Kari Kola Kuli Kabe Bachilo Iranga Kabe Bachilo Iranga Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Dakiya Hakiya Kola Karatale Vairatayiya Pire Dakiya Hakiya Kola Karatale Vairatayiya Pire Dekiya Shamana Tarasapaya Dekiya Shamana Tarasapaya Kapatani Lodare Kapatani Lodare Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya Emon Gauranga Vinandaya nahiya. Yama Gauranga Pina nahiya. Yama Gauranga Pina nahiya. Yama Gauranga Pina nahiya. Jai Dao, 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 Pandit Baba Nityananda, Jai Dao, Jai Dao, Pandit Baba Nityananda, Jai Dao, Jai Dao, Prema Datta Gaura Chandra, Jai Dao, Jai Dao, Prema Datta Gaura Chandra, Jai Dao, 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 Hari Nam Sankirtane, 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 Jai Dao, Jai Dao, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Jai Gaura, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Jai Gaura, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Jai Gaura, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Pavan Parvadaya Padmavati Kumar Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Prema Purushottam Sacinandam Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Jai Gaura Sitanath Premanande. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad, he said that the Panchatattva, they plundered the storehouse of love of God and began to distribute. And also they engaged, they gave Prem to the living entities and then engaged them in also distributing on their behalf. So, Adhyapya se lila kare gaura rai, kon bhagyavan deki paripai. This Leela of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Panchatattva is going on even today. And those who are fortunate, they have the vision, they can see it. Once, one reporter asked my Gurudev, you have so many disciples all over the world, don't you feel it's a great burden? He said, no burden at all. So how is it possible? Nityananda Prabhu is doing everything. Jai Gurudev. So this is the vision of the pure devotees. And it is also the actual ultimate reality. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhara Pandit, Srivas Thakur, they have plundered the storehouse of love of God. That means the secret treasure of the love of the Antar Mandal of the Krishna Lok planet. The most confidential chamber of pastimes, wherein Krishna plays like an ordinary boy, wherein the love of Braja Gopis is secret, Parakiya mood. It was not distributed before, but the Panchatattva have plundered that storehouse of love of God and are distributing this through Harinam Sankirtan to all the living entities. And that is what Sri Premananda Das Thakur is describing in this kirtan. Emona Gauranga Bina Nahiya. Without Gauranga, then there is nothing. Hey no avatar, because was there ever such an avatar in the past, the present or the future who has distributed love like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? No, never. He's giving to fallen wicked persons, offensive persons. In previous incarnations, the Supreme Lord would destroy the miscreants. But here, in this incarnation, he's going door to door and begging them, please accept love of God. He's purifying their hearts through the holy name and giving them such a love that even Brahma and Shiva, they have not attained. And when the miserable fallen persons received this gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they began to dance, their hair standing on end, their voices choked with ecstasy, sometimes laughing, sometimes crying. Outcast chandalas, they are not allowed to even touch the shadow of a high caste Brahmin. But now all the ahankar, false ego of the living entity has melted away, and Brahmins and outcasts are embracing each other in love. Kabivachilo e ranga. Did anyone ever witness such a drama before in the history of the universe? And when everyone began to dance and clap and sing and run here and there, then Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, he became afraid, thinking, now I'm out of business. So he closed the door of his jamlock and put the sign, closed. Business was closed. There's no one to punish anymore, because the holy name is destroying all the karmas of everyone. So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, they filled the entire universe. All the three worlds were reverberating with the Mangal shore, the auspicious uproar of the Kirtan. So, Prem Ananda Das is saying, oh, why has my heart not developed any attachment for such a wonderful personality as Gauranga? Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande.
154. Oh, 152. Sonst nicht noch
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Bande. 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 Now we are in Shiva Sangan, the courtyard of Shiva's Thakur. The evening time has come, and all the bodhisattvas are all together. Nam Sankirtan. Krishna Hari Namashveshtam manamapi Sachiputram Atasarupam Rupam Tasyagrajamuripurim Maturim Gostavatim Radha Kundam Aho Radhika Madhavasam Rapto Yasya Patita Kipaya Shri Guru Natosmi Guravihi Kaurachandraya Radhikai Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Haima Bhadibhyatchavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasapadaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Bhaktya Vina Aparada Lakshya Chitastu Kamari Tarangamati Kripa Maitvam Sharanam Prapana Vrinde Namaste Sharanarvindam Vrinde Namaste Sharanarvindam Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Hey Krishna Hey Yadava Hey Saketi Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Sham Sundar Shikanda Shekhar Smarahasya Murali Manohara Radhika Rasika Mama Kripanidhe Swapriya Chana Kinkarim Kuru Kanaka Jaladagatro Nila Sonabjanetro Mrigamadavara Balo Malati Kundamalu Tarla Taruna Vesho Nila Pitambaresho Smarani Britani Kunje Radhika Krishna Chandro Smarani Britani Kunje Radhika Krishna Chandro Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Taya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tam Namam Dharantikam. First of all, I offer my Sastang Dandavat Puspanjali, my heart like flowers, thousands and thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my holy master. Asmadiya Paramaradatam Guru Pada Padma Nityalila Parvishta Om Vishnupad Vishto Tarasata Sisimad Rupanugacharya Varya Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Secondly, after my Sastang Dandavat Pranam, thousands of times, at the lotus feet of my Sri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Parampara. And I offer my pranam to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. So first this evening, some devotees had some questions. So I want to take the questions and then we'll be our guitar for this evening. And everyone forgot the questions. Forgot?
No, I have some question. It's not fully direct, but it's also related.
Gurudev, what can we do to start or increase our relation with the associates practically in our devotional life? What can we bring in our bhajan? Can you give us some tips?
So Prajman Prabhu is raising this question because this morning we heard the third verse of Sri Manasiksha. Sarupam si rupam saganam yatasya garjamati utam premalitya param ajasram nanamana. So, first of all, we must hear their glories and then speak their glories also. Hearing, chanting and remembering. Especially, we like to go to the places where they have performed their pastimes, to their birthplace, to their samadhi, to their bhajan kutiyas, and pray to them, to sing the kirtans and prayers that they have composed, not with the ego that I am singing, but they are singing and I am listening and associating with them in this way. So in this way, day by day, the relationship becomes thicker. And especially, one should have very intense mamata, mindness, for one's Gurudev. Because Gurudev is related with all these personalities, personally. He has their association and realization. If the disciple will have mamata for his Gurudev, then automatically, see, Gurudev's intense attachment to each of the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be reflected into the disciple's heart. This is the main thing. First, you have Tadiyata Bhav. Gurudev, I am yours. And render service in this mood. My body, mind and words, my soul even, does not belong to me. All things, Gurudev, belong to you. Tadiyata Bhav, I am yours. And when this becomes mature, then he will feel Madhyata Bhav. Gurudev, you are mine. Why? Because I have given everything to you. So you are my exclusive shelter. Then, when Sri Guru is speaking about Srok Damodar Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasa Acharya, Ramachandra Kaviraj, like this, then naturally intense attachment, mamata, will come in the heart of the disciple. So bhakti is not a theoretical thing. You cannot learn. How can I have attachment for Rupa Goswami? Cannot learn it. You have to live it. That means, first, attachment to your Gurudev. Guru Parampara means that Guru Tattva is speaking to us through a pure Vaishnava, through our Gurudev. And not only Gurudev, but his Guru and his Guru and his Guru. Up to Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Thakur, Rupa Goswami and all. They are all present. And their voices are coming to us through our Guru. My Gurudev used to say, when I was sitting before my Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, actually he told this in connection with one devotee was from Australia, and he had received Harinam from Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He had received the Diksha from Param Pujapad Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. And now he was taking Shiksha from my Gurudev. And he came in front of my Gurudev and he was internally not at peace. And Gurudev said, your heart is divided. And this was his problem. He didn't know who to be devoted to. His Nam Guru, his Diksha Guru, or his Shiksha Guru. So Gurudev said, oh, try to understand the Guru Tattva. Then he gave example from his own life. He said, when I sat at the lotus feet of my Gurudev and I was listening to him explaining Vedanta, then I was wondering, it seems that Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu is speaking, who has written the Gaudiya commentary on Vedanta Sutra. When I heard my Gurudev explaining Bhakti Tattva, I looked at him and became surprised. Thought, it seems like Jiva Goswami is speaking. When I heard him explaining about Bhakti Rasa, I thought, Rupa Goswami is speaking. When I heard him explaining the very beautiful, intimate pastimes of Radha Krishna, I thought, oh, now I'm with Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So you should understand Guru Tattva in this way. First, Tadiyata Bhav to your Gurudev. Then, afterwards, Mamata will come, possessiveness. And then when you are hearing the Katha about the lives and also the teachings of the Acharyas, you will feel a very strong relation with them. Also, especially of course, on Brajmandal Parikrama and other parikramas, we visit the bhajan stalis and the samadhis. So to go to their samadhis and bhajan kutirs and offer prayers to them. When you come to the and celebrating their appearance and disappearance days. Don't let their appearance and disappearance day go by without a celebration. Really, it's an offense. Now I see very often in the contemporary Vaishnava society, or if it will be the disappearance day of Srinivasacharya or someone like, oh yeah, it's his disappearance. But not so much. No, you should think, my Srinivasacharya, he disappeared today, alas, alas! And make a feast and hear his life history, the glories of his Guru and his Shishya, his Anugadyan as well. Because a Vaishnava is not being properly glorified until his Guru Varga and his Shishya Varga have also been glorified. Yeah, just like if in your family it's someone's birthday, then everyone in that family they celebrate. Why? They think, oh, this is my brother or my cousin. They have possessiveness, so they celebrate. They don't let it go by. So if you want to be in Gaura Paribar, the family of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then all these appearance and disappearance days make a special effort to make a utsava, a festival. And in all of these ways, a very strong mamata will come from them. And you will feel that you're always living in their association. So Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, call out to them. After some time you see how they will help you and inspire you. They are our guardians. They are with us at all times. Anyone else? Another question?
I was wondering on what level of advancement, how much one-pointedness is right. Because we saw, as you explained in Manashiksha, that of course Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna and their associates and also those who are related to Dham and the Brajvasis, etc., that is all one-pointed. And that is instruction for Ruchi and going up from there. But what for the levels below? How much one-pointedness is necessary to make swift advancement, or maybe sometimes too much one-pointedness. If I was like trying to be like that, let's say on the stage of Bhajana Kriya, the first stage, you know, and maybe it would be too much, maybe too much narrow-minded.
No.
No.
Be one-pointed at once.
Yes.
Be iconic in your bhakti to your Ishtadev. When you have received Diksha mantra, now you know who is your Ishtadev. So be now completely one-pointed to your Ishtadev. If there's anartha or not anartha, makes no difference. You know the meaning of the verse. Api chet sudaracharo bhajate mam ananya. It means if a person is ananya, they are one-pointed to their Ishtadev. They may be in the stage of sudurachar. That means the stage of killing a Brahmin. Oh, having a relation with the wife of your guru. All these, Krishna Thakur gives a long list of terrible fallen offences and the abominable activities. Not duracha, suduracha. Very big, major rascaldom. But despite all of those, the terrible activities someone may perform, if that devotee is ananya, one-pointed, iconic, Krishna said, don't say anything, he's a sadhu. Why? Samyak vyavahiso hi saha. Because he's rightly situated. The outer things, these are external. But once a faith has come into the heart, that my Ishtadev is my Matsarvasva Padambojo Radha Madana Mohana. My Sarvasva is my all in all. Krishna sees this quality of aikantiki, one-pointedness. And this is Krishna is very attracted by this. So a person who becomes one-pointed quickly overcomes all the problems in his life. Chipram bhavati dharmatma shashvam shantim nigacchati kauntya patijanahi nama bhaktya pranasati. Krishna said, oh, he quickly becomes righteous and attains everlasting peace. Hey Arjun, declare boldly that my devotee who is Ananya is never vanquished. So, don't speculate or calculate and think, I just worship Krishna a little bit, and a little bit to Ganesh, and a little bit to Hanuman. But no. When you have received Diksha, now it is your duty to be devoted to the Ishtadev, which has been indicated by your spiritual master.
So someone who has not received Diksha has not a clear direction.
This is one of the reasons why Diksha is very important.
I'm asking, he's not coming, if someone is just saying, I'm worshipping Krishna, but they have no clear idea, Dwapadish, Mathuresh and Vrindavan.
Without Guru, anyone cannot have the clear idea.
So they're not under the category Ananya Bhakt, even if they only worship Krishna, but they have no clear concept?
No, if they're only worshipping Krishna, then they're Ananya Bhakt. But if because they have so much sense of Aishwarya, then they think, oh, whichever form of Krishna, Krishna is Krishna. They're not in that stage. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Rupa Goswami, Krishna nyo yadu sambhuto sa purna sostata para brindavanam prityaja sa kvachit naiva gacchati. Oh, Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, Yadunandan Krishna, the son of Vasudeva. He is not the Krishna who is the son of the Nanda Maharaj. They are different. Krishna never takes one step outside of Vrindavan. So to understand that Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, he is Swayam Bhagavan, he is Swayam Rup Krishna. And that Krishna, who is doing Leela eternally in Mathura, who are doing Leela eternally in Mathura. In Dwarka is the Vaibhav Prakash, the opulent manifestation of Swayamrup. This knowledge is not there in him. But anyway, he's thinking Krishna is all in all. And from the point of view of Tattva, all the manifestations of Krishna, they are one from Tattva Vichar. But from Rasa Vichar, there's a great difference.
So someone who is worshipping different forms, let's say, of Bhagavan, Ram, Nrsimha, etc., for them, like, would he fall in this category of this shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Ananya Bhak, or not?
If his mood is that, oh, I am one pointed to the Vishnu Tattva,
Yeah.
and because he's not familiar with Rasa Tattva, he's seeing all the Vishnu Tattva, this will lead into what move? Shanta Bhav. The devotees in Shantaras, they don't have any particular mamata for any form, they just see Vishnu Tattva. But he's not worshipping anything other than the Vishnu Tattva. So that's the very lowest level of Ananya Bhak. It's the very lowest level.
Different levels
Yes.
of Ananya Bhak. Then there's the Rasik Ananya.
But if it comes to worshipping Shani Dev or Ganesh or like this, then it's not Ananya Bhak.
Hanuman would be associate, if he sees like this, I'm worshipping Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman is worshipping.
But many Mayavadis are worshipping Hanuman for the mukti and things like this. So it depends on the bhav. If he's worshipping him thinking, oh, bless me with bhakti to Lord Ram.
Even Siddhis, Hanuman is the Siddhis. As the Siddhis.
And he's saying many Indian persons, they're worshipping Hanuman just to get yog siddhis. Yes, yes. Another question? Yes, Vrindavan Vilasin.
When the Nitya Siddhas descend to this world, are they aware of their identity, or is it covered by Yoga Maya in order to perform the Leela?
Yeah, it depends on the will of the Lord. They can be covered by Krishna's will. And they undergo life like an ordinary person. Until Krishna may reveal to them. It's like we see Murari Gupta. He did not know he was Hanuman. And sometimes you see that eternal liberated associates, they come to this world and they cannot recognize each other. So it depends on the will of the Lord. The Lord may sometimes cover them, sometimes uncover them, depending on which situation will manifest the most rasa, the most love, the most nectar that can be experienced. Krishna will wait to uncover them at the times where it will have the most ecstatic emotional impact. Krishna is an autocrat. He does whatever he wants. You know what reality is? Reality is whatever Krishna wants it to be. Yes, so the Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj used to say, reality is not a democracy. There is a saying among the postmodernists that reality is the verdict of the majority. Whatever the majority decided is, that's what it is. But Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he used to say, reality is not a democracy where we'll decide by votes what reality is. He said reality is a mad monarchy. In a mad monarchy you have a king, but he's crazy. And he can do whatever he likes, completely autocratic. The law can, one day is this and the law another day is that. And anyone can, so Krishna is like this. Oh, later this week I want to tell some pastimes of Rupa Goswami's Lalit Madhava. And then you can see how Krishna, by his will, which is carried out through Yoga Maya, he can manipulate and bend reality in all ways, surprising ways. Anyone cannot check it.
I think it's Bhakti Rakshak Srila Goswami's disappearance day today, or appearance day, one of his.
You see,
Yes.
on the calendar.
2 days ago.
Oh, it was before.
2 days ago? Oh my god.
In the verse we are studying today, Raghunath Goswami is using pratijanu, birth after birth. So what is the significance of that information? Although we say that in this birth we should attain the destination. So why is saying birth after birth?
This is propaganda. In this birth you must attain.
Nein, das ist Propaganda, mach's in diesem Leben.
But it's, in most cases it's not possible.
Aber in den meisten Fällen ist es
And this is why he's saying pratijanu. In other words, he's saying, have a love and relationship with Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami and so on, which is so thick that you can give up your body, but you cannot give up this relationship. That you should bow down to them and be ready, prepared to be into their guidance and their shelter for several lifetimes. Because really this bhakti is so high. If in this life you attain up to rati, nishta, ruchi, asakti and rati comes, then in that life that you attain rati, you will not experience bhakti rasa. Only those who in their previous life they came up to the stage of rati will experience rasa in that life. Rupa Goswami has said in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Praktan aduniki cha asti yasya sad bhakti vasanaha rasa aswadyo tasya ridijayate. He's saying that Praktan means the impressions, the sanskars from the previous life. Praktan aduniki, and the impression samskars from this life. Cha. Praktan aduniki cha asti. Yasya sadbhakti vasana. The Gada sanskar, deep impressions, that actually constitute the experience of rati. Rati is raised in the heart on the basis of Gada sanskar. So he said, those persons, tasya ridijayate, they will experience rasa, they will taste rasa. So in the commentary on this verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Jiva Goswami, he points our attention to the word cha. Cha means and. He said the reason why and is used here is because it cannot be only the impressions which give rise to the appearance of rati in this life. It must also be rati from the previous life. So praktan aduniki cha. And then that person will taste bhakti rasa. Actually. So it's not so easily attained. And when we say, oh, in this life you should do this, chant 16 rounds and go back to Godhead, this is only propaganda.
But in these words of Raghunath Goswami that he has also in different other prayers, there is not even an indication that will end. It will be birth after birth. So what does it indicate?
He said, in his humility, though he is in that life, in the lila of that life, he has attained rati and he's tasting rasa even, both. But in his humility, he's saying, oh, be prepared lifetime after lifetime to take shelter of Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami and so on. Yes, Prabhu.
Just in this connection, I always wondered how to bring this together. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the event of Katwanga Maharaj, where he says, actually in 1 second, you can go back.
Yes.
So
Yes.
and now you say, no, it's all the impressions, even in this life, are not enough.
So, in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam,
Am Anfang von Srimad Bhagavatam,
you know the history of Katwanga Maharaj.
kennt ihr die Geschichte von Katwanga Maharaj?
He was fighting.
Er
He was
hat
very powerful, so he was fighting on behalf of the demigods.
mit den Hauptgöttern gekämpft.
And he was he made them become victorious. They're very pleased with him, so they wanted to give him a benediction.
Und sie wollten ihm eine Segnung geben.
So he said, alright, if you want to give me a benediction, give me this benediction. I want to know when I will die.
Ich möchte wissen, wann ich sterbe, das ist die Segnung.
And they said, oh,
Und sie haben ihm gesagt,
in the one danda, 24 minutes.
in
In 24 minutes you will die.
Dann stirbst du in 24
He said, alright, please,
Okay.
transport me back down to earth.
Okay, ich möchte mich auf die Erde kehren.
So they transported him to earth.
Sie haben ihn auf die Erde gebracht.
And then it took 12 minutes, so half a danda was gone.
Es hat 12 Minuten gebraucht.
So he had only 12 minutes left.
Es hatte nur noch 12 Minuten zu
And he did complete Sharnagati
und hat sich völlig hingegeben.
of the Supreme
in 12
Lord.
Minuten.
And he went to Vaikuntha, to the
Und ist in
spiritual
die
world.
spirituelle Welt gegangen.
So this shows
Das zeigt,
that you can surrender. Just now you can surrender.
jetzt kannst du dich hingeben. in dem
If you
Augenblick,
realize how
wenn du verwirklichst,
essential it is,
wie essentiell wichtig es ist.
how vital it is that we surrender to God,
Wie
at
die
once.
Hingabe ist,
then we can do it.
kann ich sofort hingeben.
So this seems to be in contradiction
Das scheint in
to the statements of Rupa Goswami and Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu, in contradiction to this third verse of Manashiksha.
und auch zum dritten Vers.
So how can we reconcile it?
Leben für Leben.
In Bhakti-sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami Pad,
Bhakti-Sandarbha
he said that
sagt
anyone who takes shelter of God
jeder, der Zuflucht
can be
nimmt,
liberated from this world and go to the spiritual world,
kann befreit werden von dieser Welt,
even
zurück
without a
ins
guru.
Göttliche ohne Guru.
Even without the Guru. You just say, God, I am yours, I surrender my life to you. I am completely at your service, and your will is in reality, I submit myself to your will. So we see that many Christian mystics and others who have dedicated their life to God with a great spirit of surrender and self-sacrifice. So what happened to them when they died? Nothing? No, God has accepted them. So Jiva Goswami confirms this in Bhakti Sandarbha. Anyone who does the prapati, surrender to God, can be freed from this world and go to the spiritual sky. However, if you want to attain a particular special destination in the spiritual world, that person is called Vaishishta Lipsu. Vaishishta Lipsu, a person who is hankering for a particular destination. As we in the line of Rupa Goswami, we want to serve Radha and Krishna in the kunjas of Vrindavan. So such persons require a guru. Because guru will give them mantra, which is aimed at the aprakat lila, the yoga pit of their Ishtadev, the form of the Lord with whom they are related, in the aprakat lila. And by that mantra, and by Harikatha, they will nourish that devotee's mood. Because Sharnagati has two types. That is, Bhava Vihin Sharnagati and Bhava Vishisht Sharnagati. Just surrendering to God without any mood except for I'm just surrendering to you. And surrendering to the Lord, Swaha, in a particular mood. And so, Katanga Maharaj, at the last minute, he can just, God, please accept me, I take shelter of you. And he can be liberated. But if you want to attain this very rare and secret position of the maid servant of Radharani, then this is not so easy. One will require a qualified guru and to bhajan in their anugatya. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told the same thing. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavidam va jagadishakame, mama janmani, janmani shrey, bhavatad bhakti hoitaki tvai. And the sense is that I don't want to be liberated from this world until my love for you is mature. Why do you want to be liberated? If you are like a unripe fruit, oh Krishna, please taste me, I am bitter. This is not love for Krishna, this is muktivancha, the desire for liberation. So you say, no Krishna, I am not ripe yet, so I'll stay on the tree for a bit longer, and when I'm ripe, then you can taste my service. Like that. So this is the sense of pratijuna, or life after life. Means I don't want to be liberated from this world until the flavor of my love has become mature and will be very pleasing to Krishna. And then when it's ripe, then Krishna by his will he can accept me, accept my service and be very satisfied by that service which is ripe and mature.
Does it
Understand? So there's no contradiction between Katvanga and this verse of Manashiksha.
Does it indicate also that there is no desire at all for liberation? That means no self-conception?
It is said, no, it is not a question of, there's no selfish desire for liberation. It is not a consideration, I don't want liberation, or I do want liberation. This is not the point. The point is, what is anukul, what is favorable for Krishna's service. And so, Kapil Dev told to Devahuti, Salokya Sashtir Samipya Sarupaikatvam Apyuta Diyamanam Agananti Binamat Sevana Jana. The different types of liberation, the devotees don't accept it if it's without service, or if it becomes an impediment to their service. So the only thing which is the valuable to the devotee, his value system is that whatever is favorable for my service I accept, and whatever is unfavorable I reject. And so if being liberated and going to Krishna's Leela means that the I can render the service, then I will accept. But I will not accept liberation, which will be an impediment in the service of Krishna, in the pleasure of my Ishtadev. Another question? No? That's it. So I want to tell one katha. There in our Bhakti festival, we had discussed the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataro galetam phalam Shukamukadam rita dava samyutam Vivata bhagavatam rasamalyam Muraho rasika bhuvibhavaka. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature fruit of the desire tree of the Vedas. So Prabhupada Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, what does it mean that Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature fruit? The fruit, the highest fruit of the Vedas is Unnata Ujjvala Rasa. The love of Braj Gopis to Krishna as their paramour, as their upapati. So this rasa becomes ripe gradually in stages. So the first stage is called Taruna vasta. That means in the young, unripe stage. Taruna means young. So when the fruit, a mango is in Taruna vasta, it's not ripe yet. And that refers to the gopis, the pastimes of Braj Gopis in Purva raga. So you see, Shukadev Goswami, being the most excellent speaker of the Leela of Krishna, is describing the Leela in such a way that those who are hearing can attain the fully ripened rasa, Unnata Ujjvala Rasa. And so, first he gives the unripened mood, that is Purva raga. When gopis, they have not met with Krishna closely yet, but they have fallen in love with him. And they are in a state of conflict, because they are in a state of fear of the censure of their elders and of society. So if you want to have a ripened mango, first you have to start with an unripe mango. Right? If you begin with a potato and you wait, it will never become a ripe mango. You have to start with the unripe mango first and wait, and it will become mature and become ripe. So first, one should hear deeply the pastimes of Purva raga. Then, when the gopis, they were called by Krishna upon his flute, and they tried to escape from their homes, and then their in-laws checked them and stopped them from going, then their love for Krishna became more ripe and more intense. Du saha prastaviraha tivra tapa dauta shubha dhyana prapta chuta shleshta nivritya shinamangala. They experienced the intolerable separation when Krishna was finally calling them in the middle of the night and they could not go to meet him. And so in that intolerable state of separation, they began to meditate on Krishna more intensely than ever before, and they felt him appear in their hearts and embrace them. And by that embrace, they experienced a joy which belittles the sum total of all the joy of all the living entities in all the universes, past, present and future. Anyone cannot describe it. And so that stage when they were checked in their homes, then the Unnata Ujjwala Rasa comes to the next stage called Kasai Avasta.
First one is
Taruna Avasta.
Taruna.
Then Kasai Avasta. That is a stage where the fruit is more ripe, but there's some little bitterness. The bitterness has not fully gone away. But then, with the help of Yogamaya, they escaped from their homes. Yogamaya made a form of each gopi who stayed in the home. And the family was satisfied, oh, she's here. But those gopis didn't know that Yogamaya had done this. They thought, oh, now I have escaped. And they ran in the forest to meet with Krishna. And now they have finally completely transgressed all dharmas. They have thrown away all possibility of worldly happiness in this life and in future lives. Their possibility of going to heaven in the next life as the reward for their pious activities. They have sacrificed everything only to please Krishna. So that stage when they meet with him, outside of all worldly dharmas, that is called the Pakwa Avasta, now ripe. Unnata Ujjwala Rasa is ripe. But still, the separation that takes place before meeting with your beloved is intolerable. But after playing with Krishna, dancing with Krishna, enjoying sweet pastimes with Krishna, then Krishna, being Rasik, being very intelligent, being the connoisseur of love, he disappeared in Rasalila from them. So the separation which is experienced after feeling the oneness of the lover and beloved, then this is even more intense than the separation they felt in the stage of Tarunavasta and the Kasayavasta. And so na bina vipralambena sambhoga pushtim ashnute, that the joy of meeting, it cannot be nourished to its highest point without separation. And so Krishna, by his vilas, by his playful pastime of hiding from the gopis, he was nourishing their love to even higher stage. And then again when he reappeared in Rasalila, now that is the Nigama Kalpataro Galitam Phalam Shukamukudam Ritadraba Samyutam. The Parakya Rasa has become to its stage called Prapakwa, most excellently and supremely ripe. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur explains, this is why the best form of hearing is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Because by hearing the stages, the devotees, the realization and taste for the Unnata Ujjwala Rasa, it gradually ripens. So I want to speak about the Tarunavasta this evening. Purva raga. There are many lilas of Purva raga in Srimad Bhagavatam. And among them, most prominent the gopis of Vrindavan, their romantic feeling for Sri Krishna was awakened the day that all Brijbasis, seeing inauspicious omens in the sky, became struck with fear. Something terrible is happening to Krishna. And they ran into the forest and they assembled on the shore of the Jamuna at Kalirad. And there they saw Krishna wrapped in the coils of Kaliya. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, Balaram, the coward boys, all came there. Mother Yashoda became hysterical. She thought, oh, Krishna is being poisoned by the snake. We need an Ayurvedic doctor. And she saw a tree. And in her hysteria, she hallucinated and thought that the tree was an Ayurvedic doctor. And bowed down and said, oh, please, can you give me the antidote? My son is being poisoned. She saw a cow. She thought the cow was a Brahmin. Oh, Brahmin, please. She bowed down to the cow. Chant some mantras to protect my son from snakes. Mother Yashoda went to enter into the poisoned water herself. But Balaram Prabhu checked her. And she fainted unconscious. And all Brijbasis were in intense anxiety. And Krishna, he was wrapped up in the coils of Kaliya. He's got the power to break it. Balaram was not worried because he knows, oh, my little brother, he's very strong. So Balaram was not feeling anxiety then. And he was trying to pacify the others. And Krishna was wrapped up and he was peeping through the coils of Kaliya. He was looking. So, Nanda Baba's here, Mother Yashoda's here. Where the gopis are not here yet. So that's why he was waiting. He was still wrapped up. And he was peeping out. And when he saw that the gopis had arrived, okay, the gopis are here now. And then he burst out from the coils of Kaliya. And he began to dance on the head of Kaliya. And show his dancing skills like a great hero. Why was he doing this? To impress Radharani. And other gopis as well, but especially to attract Radharani. And all watched and saw in wonder how he did Kaliya Daman Lila, chastised Kaliya. And the wives of Kaliya offered prayers. And they decorated Krishna with so many jewels and ornaments from the treasury of Kaliya. In the treasury was Kaustuba money. You see, Lord Narayan has Kaustuba money. It's part of his Swarup. Kaustuba money is part of Bhagavan's Swarup. It's not separate from him. So when Lord Narayan appears, he always appears with Kaustuba money. But because Krishna's Leela is human-like, Naravat Leela, he cannot come from the womb of Mother Yashoda with the Kaustuba money. That would make everyone wonder. And Naravat Bhav would be disturbed. So, Krishna, though Kaustuba money is part of his Swarup, Yoga Maya hid Kaustuba in the treasury of Kaliya. Until it was time when Krishna would really want to manifest his Purna, his complete Swarup. So, the wives of Kaliya, they were looking through their treasury box and they found this jewel. Wow! I didn't know we had this. Yoga Maya had hidden it there. And then they offered this to Krishna. So when Krishna came out from the water of the Jamuna, then now he was for the first time dressed so beautifully. And upon his broad chest was his Kaustuba money. So his Swarup was manifest. And Braj Gopis were standing on the shore of the Jamuna. And as Krishna walked out of the water, and he walked past each one of them just fainted. Like a banana tree in a hurricane. You know, when there's a strong wind, then the trees, they bend over. But banana trees, they don't have big roots. So when a hurricane comes, they all go bloop, they all fall down. So the gopis, they fainted like this. And from that moment, their Purva raga, their intense romantic love manifested. At that time, Krishna came out of the water,
Krishna ist aus dem
he
Wasser
just
gekommen.
danced on the head of Kaliya, an astonishing feat that only Bhagavan could do to chastise such a powerful demon. But when he came out of the water, he was shivering from the cold. This is
Jetzt zittert wenn den
Narvat Lila. And the Brijbasis then they don't think. He just chastises this immensely powerful demon. They're thinking, oh my Lala, he's cold, he's shivering. And they all felt the sympathy for him.
Und sie haben alle Sympathie für ihn empfunden.
And the boys came and embraced him, his mother embraced him. The cows came and licked him. Are you okay? I like this. And because of this, the separation that they felt, they thought Krishna was going to die. But now he was saved.
Aber jetzt ist wieder gesichert.
So no one wanted to leave him. No one wanted to go home.
Niemand wollte nach Hause gehen.
So they decided, let's camp here tonight.
Komm, wir campen hier am Ufer der Yamuna.
So they all camped on the bank of Jamuna there. Krishna was in the middle.
Krishna war in der Mitte.
And then around him his sakas.
Und immer in der Rum seine Freunde.
And then around them, the mothers, Yashoda.
Und die Mutter.
And then Nanda and the men.
Like
this. And the gopis were in the outer circle. So all the Brijbasis, they went to sleep. But now Purva Rag had come. So Krishna could not sleep. And the gopis could not sleep. So they lay down awake like this for some time. They waited till everyone was snoring. And then Krishna in the middle of the circles, then he sat up in the night and was looking around. And in the outer circles, the gopis, they're listening to see if there's any movement. And then they all also sat up and everyone was sleeping. Krishna was in the middle and gopis all around the edge. And they're looking at each other with great longing because a new love has appeared. This is Purva Rag. So at that time, the gopis noticed that Krishna, he was looking around, but mainly he was staring at the daughter of Vrishabhanu Maharaj. Other gopis noticed that. And in the morning, when the sun rose, and it was time for the Brijbasis to return to their homes, then the gopis were as if Bhutgrast. Bhutgrast, you know, Bhutgrast means as if possessed by a ghost. They were just staring blankly. They did not know what to do. Their family members saying, come on, come on. And they could not walk properly. And their family members were taking them, come here, come to the bullock cart. And get on the bullock cart. And when Krishna saw the extreme situation of awakening of love in them, he felt so sorry for them. Because now they could not tolerate to be taken away from him and to return to their homes of their in-laws. So Krishna felt so sorry for them. He thought, how will they come back into any state of normalcy? And so from that day, he began to play his flute every day as a remedy to try to pacify their pain of separation which has appeared in Purva. Understand?
So this is happening after they got married, or the gopis?
They've gone to their family. So, some, not all, some have gone and some have not. At this point there are two groups. Those whose marriages are arranged and those whose marriages have still not yet been arranged. The ones whose marriages have still not been arranged, just after this, they did Katyani Puja. And the ones whose Radhika and her Sakis, their marriages had been arranged. So they did not do the Katyani Puja. But they came on the last day. They were invited by those who did the Katyani Puja to come to their last day Avabrita Snan, a celebration festival where they take bath together on the last day. So, at this stage, Purva Rag had not manifested fully. Why? There were two reasons. The gopis were just about to enter Vayasandhi,
Die Gopis sind gerade in Vayasandhi.
their adolescence.
Sind in die Jugend gekommen sind.
So in Vedic culture, a girl must be married before the adolescence comes. Otherwise, it's considered a danger. And that the father has failed in his duty as a father to find a husband. Because when Vayasandhi comes, then there's the Vayasandhi Swabhavik Sambhog Trishna. Means the romantic feelings for amorous love awakened. So marriage has to be arranged before that happens. So it doesn't go astray in any adharmic way. So at that time, the gopis were just about to enter into Vayasandhi, and because of that, so the intensity of the romantic feeling, though it had appeared, it could not be fully intense, full intensity. And secondly, at that time, when their love was awakened, it was in the presence of their Gurujan. And so, in the presence of seniors, due to shyness, then the feeling cannot fully manifest. Even though we can see it was so intense, they did not know what to do in the morning or how to make their way to their bullock cart. Even. So after this, then, day by day, their love for Krishna was becoming riper, more and more ripe. It's still in Taruna Vasta. So, the gopis who were not married at that time, they used to go into the forest to a secluded place, not together, alone. And they were praying to all different demigods. O Shiva, O Chandra, O Durga, to so many gods. They were praying. And they were praying. What was their prayer? In every birth I take, may I reside in the house of Brajraj and Brajarani, Nanda and Yashoda. May they be our Sasur and Sas, mother-in-law and father-in-law. Sasur and Sas means mother-in-law and father-in-law. And may Krishna be my pati. Because their marriage is not arranged yet. May Krishna be my husband. In every birth I take. So then, they were going out into the forest, individually, secretly, by themselves, to different places. But one day, they all went out to the forest, and by chance, they all ended up in the same place. Who are you? Why did you come here? Huh? So, they assembled together on the bank of the Jamuna. So that is befitting. Why? Because when people who are born in and they come from different places all have the same strong desire, then what happens? Accidentally, they all meet. When we say accident, we don't mean accidentally. Yeah? It's not accident. It is the will of providence. Just like many students from different places who share a common interest, they end up studying together under the same guru. Naritam, Srinivas, Shamananda, they're all from different places. They have different Dikshi gurus even. But they all end up studying under Jiva Goswami. Because they have the same desire. How did it happen? Oh, Providence arranges this. So, in the same way, by chance, the gopis on one particular day all met in the same place. And they became friends. And because their friendship with each other was established, they felt some confidence to reveal their minds to each other. When two people become friends and their hearts meet, then there are no secrets that can be kept inside. The secrets will be shared. And so they began to share with each other their secret feelings of love for the son of Nanda Maharaj. So, as each gopi was telling about her feelings and her desires to any other gopi, tears began to flow from their eyes. And some of them, as they were speaking about Krishna, they were fainting even. So, Brinda Devi, who is the goddess of the forest of Vrindavan, at every second, she only desires the happiness of the gopis. So seeing them all together, talking to each other about their love for Krishna, crying and fainting, Brinda Devi decorated herself in a wonderful way. And she appeared there in the assembly of the gopis. Brinda Devi was thinking, the anurag, that is a deep attachment, which is awakened in the heart of the gopis. You know, anurag. Anurag is a love which is so strong that a person desires to take birth as an inanimate object if it affords them a chance to be close to their beloved. Gopis will see the bamboo flute of Krishna and say, well, I want to do tapasya to... In my next life I'll become a bamboo, piece of bamboo. They'll see the garland on Krishna's chest and they want to become a garland. How intense is this love? In Anurag, there is the Vipalamba Vispurti, intense vision, a spurti of one's beloved, which is so intense, it's indistinguishable from meeting directly. But when that spurti disappears, then separation doubles. So gopis are in this condition. So Brinda Devi was thinking, this anurag that they have, that is awakened in their hearts, is very difficult to express in words. And their love is completely devoid of pride. And therefore it's quite appropriate that these young girls, they're praying to all different demigods. Because when a person has intense desire, but they're free from pride, then they're ready to take help from anyone and everyone. They don't discriminate about who will help them. If anyone can help them, they will take help from that person. So, they will take help from anyone, but they will not express their desire directly to Krishna due to shyness. So, Brinda Devi approached them, and the gopis saw this beautiful goddess of the forest. And they folded their hands and they gave pranam to her. And Brinda Devi blessed them. So then she said, hey Kumaris, young unmarried girls, I am the goddess of this forest. I live here. And I have been watching you. You have such a feeling that upon seeing you, my heart was torn apart by feelings of compassion. And this is why I was compelled to come and meet with you now. Therefore, listen with care and attention. I want to explain to you Siddha Vidya. Knowledge how to become a Siddha. So, understand something. If a devotee, a sadhak, goes and lives in Vrindavan and every day is chanting, weeping, calling out, oh Rupa Goswami, where are you? Oh, hey Radha, hey Brajadevi, hey Chalalite, hey Nanda Suno Kuta, like this, then even though you don't know But Brinda Devi is watching you.
Vrinda Devi schaut auf dich.
She's watching. And when the separation
Und wenn du
of the sadhak becomes high, then Brinda Devi comes and she's Yogamaya, Prakash of Yogamaya for Madhurya Rasa.
sie ist ein Teil.
And Brinda Devi arranges
Yogamaya, das die Krishnas
your
Inhalt.
meeting with the divine couple.
Oder speziell für romantische Gottesliebe und sie arrangiert, dass man das göttliche
Brindaye Tulasideya Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Pradide Sajavataye Namo Namah. So Brinda Devi told the gopis, I know your desire and I know how to fulfill it. So listen carefully. Then, oh, they wanted to hear. I will explain to you the Siddha Vidya. In this practice,
in dieser Praxis
you will not have to undergo any hard labor or difficulty.
müsst ihr keine schwierige
Hm.
Arbeit
But for 1 month,
Bemühungen abnehmen.
you will have to undergo
Einen Monat
the Shram Abhas. Shram Abhas
ein
means
Schaffen von Bemühungen
difficulty Abhas. The semblance of difficulty. Not actually.
nicht wirklich schwierig.
Because she will inform them how to do the Katyani Vrata. So they have to take bath early in the morning before the sun rises and so on. So in one sense it's a little difficult. There's some tapasya in this. But if you are thinking, oh, by following this vow, then my desire will be fulfilled, then it's not really shram, hard labor or difficulty. It's shramabhas. It might look like it, but you don't feel it. So then Brinda Devi, she began to explain. She said, this Siddha Vidya is none other than Yogamaya Devi herself in the form of a mantra. And I have perfected this mantra. I have Siddhi in this. So I am giving this mantra to you. So then, just as if Brinda Devi was giving a great treasure to the gopis, she uttered mantra into their ears. Katyayani Mahamaya Mahayoginya Dishwari Nanda Gopam Sutam Devi Patin Me Kurute Namaha. She gave this mantra. So, huh? Yes, that's one. So, disciples should be like this. When Guru gives mantra, he's giving great treasure. And disciples should hear very carefully the mantra and also the procedure how to attain Siddhi, Siddhi Vidya, how to attain perfection in that mantra. And observe all these things. That is called Pancha Andiksha. To remember your mantra with mantrata chintan, Nyas, Prapati, Sharanagati and Atmanivedanam. 5 aspects of Diksha. If the disciple will remember their mantra, observing the 5 angas of Diksha, then they will get mantra siddhi. So, then, after Brinda Devi had explained the procedure for perfecting the mantra, Brinda Devi, a heart full of joy and compassion, suddenly disappeared. So then the gopis, they were so happy. And they applied themselves to following Brinda Devi's instructions. Why were gopis joyful? Because in the stage of intense anurag, a person is looking for helpers who can help them. So when they find a person who can fulfill their desire, the best of all helpers, then they become supremely happy. Then, the month came Margashirsha. It's the month after Kartik.
Jetzt ist der Monat nach Kartik.
And from Pratipada, not Amavasya, Pratipada is the, after the Purnima, then the first day of the moon is called Pratipada.
Der erste Tag nach
So from the
Vollmond,
Pratipada, the first Pratipada of Margashirsha month,
in diesem Monat,
with great faith,
mit großem
the gopis assembled together to perform their vrata.
sind die Gopis gekommen, um ihr Gelübde zu erfüllen.
What did they do?
Was haben sie gemacht?
In the morning time,
Am Morgen früh,
before the sun rose,
bevor die Sonne
just when the sky became tinged with Arun.
wo die Morgenröte
Arun is a pinkish red, and Arun is considered to be the charioteer of the sun god. So if someone is coming on a chariot, the first person you see is their charioteer. So the charioteer of Suryadev is Arun, and so he appears first and tinges the sky with a pinkish color. At that moment, all gopis woke up and they went to each other's houses. Come. And they all assembled together. And then together, all those young gopis, they came out from the village and they were holding hands and singing together. They set off for the bank of the Jamuna. So, through the medium of their kirtan, through the medium of their song, they would jokingly reveal their intentions to each other. So, it's very ecstatic. What were gopis singing? Every morning, on their way to the Jamuna, through the forest, when the sky is a very beautiful pinkish color, and they're feeling ecstatic by following this vrat, our desire will be fulfilled. So they're holding hands. Tvam upayanta sakhi banamali sakala subhakara paragunashali. One gopi singing, "O Sakhi, Banamali Sri Krishna is the embodiment of all auspiciousness and all finest virtues. And he's going to marry you." So she wants to marry Krishna herself, but in a joking way, she's revealing her whole own feelings and joking with her Sakhi. So one gopi singing, "Krishna, the most beautiful boy, he's going to marry you." So then they get so lost in thinking about this in great detail. One gopi says, "Shrutva tat tattva matara pitaro shukamayitaro kridadana vitaro." Nanda Maharaj will take great delight in making all the appropriate arrangements for this wedding celebration. And hearing about the plans for the wedding, your own mother and father will become overjoyed and start distributing charity, giving cows and jewels to brahmanas and others. At that time, Krishna will be very happy about being married, that he's going to get married. But he will hide his feelings. Why? Because Subal, Sri Dham, Ujjwal, Kokil, bring all his friends, they'll tease him about it. "Oh, you're going to get married," and they'll make jokes at his expense. So Krishna is pretending, "No, it's not a big thing." So at that time, one gopi sang, "An astrologer will announce the auspicious date, and then you'll know that it's fixed." And then on that day, Krishna will dress in the attire which is suitable for the wedding ceremony. Dressed as the bridegroom, Krishna will wear a pitambara, which looks like shimmering lightning on the dark sky of his body. Antara vasanaga kanchukapitam chitra pachchada ruchi parivitam He will wear a golden shirt,
Hij heeft een golden
and this will be covered by a multicolored garment.
want dat andere
He will wear a turban
had een turban
and a mukut on top of the turban. And his curling locks of hair will hang down, and he will be decorated with the beautiful tilak. His cheek will be sparkling with the reflections of his shimmering earrings. And his lips will defeat the redness of tambul. He will carry a cloth in it like a king, a royal person. They carry a cloth in their hand. Sometimes they cover their mouth like this. And his neck will be adorned with the necklaces of valuable jewels. Both of his hands will be covered with bracelets and rings, and one auspicious marriage decoration called the Hasta Sutra. His chest will be decorated with the Kastuba money, and he'll be wearing many flower garlands such as the Banamala, the forest garland. Krishna's waist will be illuminated by a girdle of jewels, and his whole attire will be bathed in the luster which is emanating from his shining toenails. So then another gopi singing. What more can I say? Oh Saki, the bridegroom's outfit, Krishna's outfit, will consist of unprecedented items that no one has ever seen before in their life. So Krishna, on that day, the day of your wedding, Saki, he'll be so extremely attractive. At the time, it will appear as each one of his limbs, each part of his body will become overwhelmed with pride and call out to his ornaments, "Hey ornaments, I am the ornament of you ornaments." Another gopi said, and then Krishna will get onto a bullock cart, and the bullock cart itself is decorated with so many jewels, all sparkling and colorful. And he'll be surrounded by his friends, and everyone will see him going on the wedding procession. So his affectionate well-wishers will be blessing him and showering flowers on him as he's moving along upon the jeweled bullock cart. Okay. Imagine these young gopis, they're holding hands and they're going into the forest, and they're just so excited, and they're talking about it as if it's already happening right now. So they'll rain flowers down on Krishna's jewel cart, and everyone will sing auspicious songs together. So Krishna will be delighted himself to hear the sound of the moving bullock carts as they move in a procession, and all the instruments playing. And Saki, what will happen? You will be sitting in your home at that time. And as soon as you hear the procession is coming, you'll make a great effort to suppress your feelings, but you cannot. And suddenly your chitta will be shattered into pieces by a wave of ecstasy, and you'll just faint hearing the procession coming to your house. This is the first day, they haven't even started the puja yet. They haven't even got to the Jamuna yet, and they're just already experiencing everything. Yeah. But then what will happen? The very beautifully dressed and handsome Krishna will arrive on your doorstep. He gets off the bullock cart and he will come to your door. And when he walks through the door, then his fragrance will come, and you will awaken from your fainted condition. Oh Saki, at that time, all of your relatives will approach Krishna, and they'll offer arti, and they'll sing wedding songs. There'll be the sound of musical instruments, and the women of the family, they will come, and they'll sing songs full of insults, you know. It's part of the tradition. that the ladies of the family, when the bridegroom comes, that they make a very insulting jokes about him. So then, oh Saki, the ladies will be raining flowers on Krishna. And then Krishna will approach the wedding mandap. There will be a canopy where the wedding will take place. And at that time, your heart will be fluttering with so many waves of emotion. Then one gopi said, "Hey Varatanu, oh you have my dear Saki, who has a very attractive body. First of all, along with your family, you will worship Nanda Maharaj, the father of the bridegroom. And when that puja is finished, everyone will start laughing. There will be uproar of laughter and fun. And then, when the initial rituals are finished, then your relatives, they will bring you to the place where Krishna is sitting in the wedding mandap. And they will sit you down in front of Krishna. And when they sit you down in front, all your limbs will go slack. It's one of the signs of love. When the heroine's limbs all become loose and like no energy. And you'll be sitting in front of your beloved on your wedding day. And the gopi said, "Oh Saki!" Then your father will take your soft hand and place your hand in the hand of Krishna. And Krishna's hand will already be holding water. Because part of the ceremony, you know, they're doing a vow and they put water in the hand of the bridegroom, and then your father will take your soft hand and put it in the hand of Krishna, which has water in it, like this. And the water will drip. The water which has been purified by mantra. Oh Saki, oh Sumukhi, oh girl with a beautiful face. Who can know what type of intense happiness you will feel at that moment? Kim bahuna tavakare samyamanam, kimiva pasyam yamuna kamanam. Oh look, what more can I say? I will behold your beautiful Vivaha Sanskar with Vanamali Sri Krishna. So saying this, all gopis, they arrived on the bank of the Jamuna. So what happened then, we'll explain tomorrow night. Gaur Premanande!
Today the wedding happens again. Exactly like that, same description.
This is called Taruna Vasta. If you want to attain the Unnata Ujjwala Rasa, then one must hear about the gradually maturing love of Braj Gopis to Krishna. So we'll continue in the morning, next verse of Manashiksha, and the evening, what happened next on the bank of Jamuna.
This is which chapter of the Bhagavatam?
22nd.
22nd, yes.
But then there is that verse at the end of the 19th chapter, Gopinam Paramananda Siddhavinda Darshani. So this is already very high. Uvarag.
Yes, it's Purva Rag, but it's Purva Anurag. Purva Anurag. So the love is very high. But still, it is still the Taruna Vasta at this stage. It will not go to the next stage until, you see, I will explain it later because the rest, it has to come in a crumb. So I don't want to get ahead. If you want to taste it and feel it, you have to hear it in the right crumb, in the way that Shukadeva Goswami has told.
But Kaliya's chastisement is which chapter?
It is before, I can't remember
Before
which
19?
number, maybe 19. 18.
18? Because this verse describes the that's the anurag of the gopis. That's for sure. Gopinam Paramanandasi Govinda Darshan Kshanam Yugashatam Yesham Vinavarak. So that means they already had that very intense.
Anyone cannot go in Ras Leela until they have Mahabhav. So Mahabhav comes after Anurag. It is the when Braj Gopis are checked in their homes, that those who have not come to the stage of Mahabhav, now by the separation they come to the stage of Mahabhav, and then it's possible for them to go to Ras Leela. So though this love is so high, there are many stages above it also. And that's why it's called Taruna Vasta in terms of the Unnata Ujjvala Rasa. Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopala Nanda Vila Govinda Govinda Hey Gopala Nanda Vila Krishna Govinda Gopala Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad Ashto Tarasata Sishumat Rupanugatarya Vai Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswamaraj Ki Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad Ashto Tarasata Sishumat Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Lila Pravishtom Vishnupad Ashto Tarasmat Bhakti Pragan Kesha Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarvata Thakur Jagat Guru Sri Prabhupada Ki Mahababa Bhavashi Bhaksodas Bhavan Maharaj Ki Saptam Goswami Sachidananda Thakur Bhakti Vinod Ki Sri Rupanuga Gaura Guru Vaga Ki Jai Sri Rup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Guru Gopal Bhatta Dasanath Sargoswami Guru Ki Prem se Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Brajamandala Tettamandala Gaura Mandala Ki Jai Shri Bhuvana Manga Kaisi Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Shri Radha Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju Ki Jai Jai Jogamaya Purnamasi Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Brinda Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Jumuna Devi Ki Jai Upishwama Devi Ki Jai Sava Vishta Badati Giraj Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Sham Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai Shri Lalita Vishakoni Asta Saki Brinda Ki Jai Shri Rupa Manjari Rati Manjari Saki Brinda Ki Jai Ananta Kodi Vaishnav Brinda Ki Jai Samagata Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai Madhi Shri Rasa Shri Vishvanu Nandini Shrimati Radhika Ki Jai Jai Gaura Premanande Om Vrindaye Tulasi Deya Vrindaye Kesava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Padini Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripasinubhayeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo
Jai